welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. It is time again for Barcelona to take to the field, and this Saturday, in the early afternoon kickoff, we'll be facing Real Betis, and this is a game that we clearly need to win. We've struggled in La Liga. We haven't won in 4 games in the league. The time, just before this international break, it's now. So let's get to it. Kickoff will be coming to us, like I say, in that early afternoon slot at 4:15 PM local time. And here, guys, as always, are the times right around the world, so you can get involved here in the final Barcelona game for 2 weeks. What will happen? And of course, I invite you there to join me over on Flick during the game. We're going to be talking about everything that is happening, both before, during, and after Saturday's game. And of course, make sure you submit your predictions. Here is the leaderboard as it stands for the month of November, when a shirt of your choice is up for grabs for the winner. And elsewhere in La Liga over the weekend, Atletico will be playing also on the Saturday. They'll be playing after us in the night session, Atletico against Cadiz, in a game that they will expect to win. But as we know, the newly promoted side are certainly no pushovers. On Sunday, Real Madrid will take to the field after ourselves and Atletico, and they'll be away to Valencia. A tricky trip there to Mestalla, but over the years that has got less and less tricky as time has gone on. And let's not forget as well, I've got to mention them, Real Sociedad, who'll be facing Granada at home also on the Sunday, because as you can see, when you look at the league table, Sociedad are top of La Liga right now, and that's incredible to see. After 8 games there, 17 points from them. They're looking really good, not only in La Liga, but also in the Europa League this season. Real Madrid there are in second place in La Liga. They've got 16 points from 1 game less in 7 games. And then there's Atletico, who've played 1 game less again, 6 games from them. They're already on 14 points. And you've got to go a long, long way down the table to actually find Barça. We're 12th coming into this game on just 8 single points. It's unheard of. What's going on? We have to win. And believe me, when I said after the game against Dinamo in midweek, this was a massive game, I really did mean it, because like I said there in the intro, we are 4 games without a win in La Liga. And for a club like Barcelona, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what's happening on the pitch, off the pitch, all the rest of it, that is simply not going to be acceptable at any point in time. And I think what we've seen in recent weeks, in recent games, is a gradual decline. It started, I feel, against Getafe. We lost that game. It was a bad defeat from us. And even though we've had some good performances in between the league games in the Champions League, you look at the Clásico, you look at the game against Alaves, and even again on Wednesday in the Champions League against Dinamo, it just feels as though we've lost some momentum. It just felt as though, especially on Wednesday, this team, it looked flat. It looked as though there was no real vibrancy, there was no real energy, and that was such a shame for me, because when Koeman came in, again, there was bright signs. We started well, we showed real optimism. It looked as though there was going to be some genuine change amongst this team, and there still can be. This is a long season, but this is a big game. Before an international break, you know that if you finish well here, we've got some good, positive energy over these 2 weeks. But if you don't, if that league run continues, the struggle goes on, and Koeman's going to have to deal there with 2 solid weeks of real pressure on his position, on his situation, and certainly in the media. They're going to be really, really on him if we don't get it right in this game. And I tell you what, this game is not easy either. It's not as though we're coming up against a bottom side here and it should be a comfortable win or anything like that, because we're going to be coming up against Manuel Pellegrini's Real Betis side, and this is a team who played really well in the season so far. Of course, right now, they're actually above us in the league. That's not saying a great deal given where we are, but even despite having some very, very difficult games of late against Atletico, against Sociedad, Valencia, they are still doing good things this season and playing some good football, and especially alone. When you think back to times they come to the Camp Nou. Remember, Setien's team came here and beat us so convincingly. And under Pellegrini, they're going to be looking again to be on the front foot, to attack us. They will have watched the game against Dinamo. They'll know the spaces in behind if they want to exploit it. And Betis are a team who do have pace in their side. We will have to be ready. And defensively, we have to improve on what we saw in midweek. And of course, when comes that pressure, when comes that expectation on the coach to get a result, to get a good performance in, of course you're going to be looking, even more scrutiny is going to be placed on Koeman's starting lineup. And that's the question. What is he going to go with in this kind of game? Is he going to change things from Wednesday? Is he going to try and keep something a bit more consistent? We heard him earlier on today in his press conference, spoke about it there over on MORETALKFCB, about the fact that he was very defensive over Lionel Messi. He didn't feel as though the criticism was at all warranted. And I think we're all hoping that in this game, Messi can come out, get that goal from open play, get that weight off his shoulders. We keep on saying it, but hopefully in this game, it will happen. And I think in terms of the team and in terms of the selection, of course you're going to stick with what was our best player on Wednesday. It was Marc-Andre ter Stegen coming back his very first game and showing us all what we've been missing. Brilliant display against Dinamo from him. I think in the back four, I think 3 of those positions are pretty much nailed down. Alba, if he was going to rotate him, he would have done it surely on Wednesday. Longley should return at centre-back alongside Piqué. Other than that, we don't have a lot of options in the centre of defence. At right-back, I feel as though that is going to be there up for grabs. We're going to come back to that one. In midfield, De Jong, I think, returned to that natural midfield position. That's where he should be playing. That's where we need him. Koeman spoke earlier on today about the lack of control we've had in midfield. De Jong must be back in there. And again, alongside him, that position, I feel, is up for grabs. Moving on then to the attacking positions, that's where it gets very, very interesting indeed. I think Ansu Fati will certainly start this game. I thought he was really unlucky, actually, that he didn't score against Dinamo. He looked really dangerous, especially in the first half. Messi, of course, will be starting this game because, again, if you were going to rest him, you surely would have done it in the Champions League against Dinamo, as opposed to this crucial La Liga game. And I think then the 2 remaining spots are very much up for grabs, with a number of players pushing for that starting place. Let's first of all deal, though, with that right-back position. Of course, the decision is going to be whether it's Serginho Dest or whether it is Sergio Roberto. And I do feel as though in this game, Ronald Koeman, he's going to revert back to Sergio Roberto. I think Dest against Dinamo probably wasn't at his absolute best. I think going forward, he did some really good things. He could have easily ended the game with at least 2 assists. So I thought we did really well in that area, but obviously defensively, as a team, we struggled. I think Roberto might come back in for this game, but I would like to see Koeman keep the faith in Dest, if possible. In midfield, I would probably go there with Pjanic. That's something that I would like to see. That's something that I hope that Ronald Koeman goes with. And I do believe that maybe we might see Busquets rested or rotated, however you want to put it, in this game. I think he might drop to the bench. Pjanic could come into that midfield, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens. No place as of yet for Alenya or Ricky Puig. And then, of course, it's all about that attack. And I think that's really, really difficult, because the question, first of all, you're asking is Antoine Griezmann going to keep his place? Of course, after Wednesday's game, he's not exactly the first name on the team sheet, given the fact that he missed that crucial chance for a 2-0 lead. And I think Koeman didn't like the fact that he missed that chance. But I do believe probably Griezmann will keep his place. And that's not a certainty. I wouldn't be surprised. We know that Koeman isn't afraid to put him on the bench, but probably he keeps his place, which means on the right, there's one more place up for grabs. Will it be Pedri once again, alternating there with Messi, going out wide, then coming back central? Could it be Ousmane Dembele, or could it be Francisco Trincao? I would say in this one that Pedri may get a rest. He played in midweek, might get a rest. Trincao, I don't feel has done enough so far in the times that he's come on. There's plenty more still to come from him. Dembele may start this game, but I've got to say, going into this match again, the team is far from certain. Koeman has big choices to make, and what's the most important thing is that he makes the right calls. And speaking of the right calls, we do move on to predictions. That is where it gets very, very interesting. Of course, as always, I asked you guys how you expect the game to go, and I do sense here a little bit more caution coming into this game. We all thought the midweek match would be very, very comfortable. It wasn't. So this time round, you guys have not opted for 3+ goals. 2 goals is certainly the favoured pick, but I do say there's more of a higher percentage than usual on draw and Real Betis to win there. That's interesting. And again, I'm going to go with you guys, and I have to say this prediction is probably coming more from the heart than with the head. I believe Barça will win on Saturday by 3-1 against Real Betis. But like I say, based on what we saw in midweek, based on what we've seen in the last 4 La Liga games, this won't be easy, and this probably won't be comfortable, but I'd love to see it happen. Before the international break, this is a big game. This will tell us a great deal. Let's end with some real positivity and a strong win. Let me know your predictions, and everything that you're hoping for in the comments down below. What do you expect to happen? And of course, guys, I will see you tomorrow. It's the earlier kickoff, so get ready for that. I'll be back with the review, and maybe even some player ratings. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you indeed for watching, both here and on MORETALKFCB. And of course, I will see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.